Now, I don't think that property will be on the market for very long.
No,
It's
no.
an example of one of the bedrooms. I mean,
look
look
at
at
the
the
view.
view. The first one that we're going to show you is unbelievable value. It's in the Minervois area, and it's set between Béziers and what was the other town?
Cône-Minervois, which is famous for the marbles. They make fantastic marbles.
And I think there is some marble throughout this property. This property has 16 rooms. It's got 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. It's got a small terrace garden, not a lot of land because it's a lovely townhouse, but it's unbelievable value at 165,000 euros.
I have to say I've never seen that.
Never seen it, and I
Never
don't think this will be on the market for long, but let's go and have a look inside so you'll see the unbelievable value this property is. Look at the tiles, original tile floors, the original arch-shaped doors going out onto the gorgeous terrace, great big butler sink. I mean, it's just fab. We've got the marble here, from the area.
Look at the cheminée, the fireplace.
Height of the ceilings.
Height and the sort of moldings. It's called a plafond à caisson.
A plafond à caisson.
Wow.
And that has, gorgeous mouldings, and the ceilings and the beams are encased.
Even the tiles are beautiful.
The floor tiling is original. Look at that beautiful floor.
Almost 400 square meters for 165,000. Honestly, I can't believe
And
it.
this house used to belong to a bishop. It's a bishop's house.
Oh,
yeah, it used to belong to a bishop.
Wow.
But it's in the centre of town. I mean, you just can't go wrong. I just love this. The staircase. Look at the original tile floors and the wooden floors. The circular staircase, grand.
The tomate floor.
Exactly, and it gives the air of grandeur as you're going up the stairs.
And look how bright it is. We can see the light coming through.
And the space, the width and the height.
I mean, obviously, at that price, I can only expect some renovation. But hey, we're looking at an average quick calculation for 400 square meters, probably around 420 euro a square meter.
Great value. Let's have a look at the next page.
Wow.
So again, I mean, this is just history in the making. It's just history. Look at the ceiling, look at the stone flooring in there.
That's
lovely
insane.
Open fireplace where you could have dining, the little windows, seats.
Can I call my bank?
I know. I was half tempted to jump in the car and go straight there. It is one of the loveliest examples of a big old stone house in a town, a bishop's house in fact. But
original stones, they are probably centuries, how do you say?
Centuries aged, an original old stone floor. But mustn't forget, this is 165,000 euros. 8 bedrooms. Let's have a look.
16 rooms and 400 square. And the height of the ceiling.
The heights.
And the brightness.
It's got light everywhere.
Oh, no.
You've got a lovely, you see the herringbone type floor in there. Beautiful flooring.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, beautiful flooring.
God, it's got
lovely
everything
library.
you can dream of.
It's perfect. It's a perfect, beautiful house.
I tell you, even if you, of course, we see it's simple place, so if you want to change those windows, you have to consider that. But at 400 euro a square meter, even if you put 200 in it, you're still making a great investment.
Without a doubt.
A really great investment.
So this is another angle. So we looked at the kitchen earlier, so you can see that leads through into that lovely sitting room with the marble fireplace. So they're all linking through. Look at the double doors.
And the floor.
It's double doors into through the rooms.
The cement tiles. So this is the little terrace.
Yeah. So now it doesn't have a lot of outside space, but it's a townhouse.
It has a garage.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't have a lot of land if you wanted swimming pools and things like that, but a hot tub would fit there. But again, you're in France. You need the outside space to come and have your glass of wine in the evening, or your apéro, or your baguette and your croissant in the morning. It's perfect space for that. And bearing in mind we're in the south of France here, it gets very hot. So this lovely shaded terrace with shade and sun is beautiful.
Surprised that you don't have a garden in this property. I mean, it's a village house, probably a bourgeois manor, sort of a manor house, and many of them in those cobbled small streets didn't have at the time they were built, didn't have a garden. But you can go outside. I mean, there's lots of, we are in the middle of a national park, which is protected. You have the mountains, tons of treks and riversides. It's absolutely beautiful. The Minervois is famous for the wines, so we are really close close to Cône Minervois as well. Really, you've got everything you want to, and 300 days of sun in the southeast of France.
Fantastic.
So that's an ideal location.
Now, I don't think that property will be on the market for very long.
No,
it's
no.
an example of one of the bedrooms. I mean,
Look at the view. Instantly,
Yeah.
I was like, my God, you see the
mountains and everything.
Wow.
It's fantastic. Look at the floor. I mean, this is one of the best
You don't change
houses
anything
I've
here.
seen in a really long time.
You would keep
Yeah.
that. I mean, of course, you might upgrade the electricity, the windows, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You certainly would not change anything on the flooring
No,
or.
exactly. I'd keep it as it is. I just keep it as it is, bearing in mind that we're in a hot country. Most of the times, it's only going to be the winter months that you might want to change the facilities of the bathroom.
So that's another bedroom. I've read that the three, I think it's 3 bathrooms, they need renovation.
Four bathrooms.
3
and
needs
8.
renovation apparently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
bon,
well,
but
probably
again,
updating. Probably updating.
Ouais.
It's more cosmetic than it is going to be. There's no structural changes. I mean, look how pretty that is.
fantastic, fantastic, really.
And
So-
bearing in mind, if you don't want that bedroom, there's another 7 to choose from. So it'd be ideal.
And
This is the other thing.
exclusive to Leggett. Hein?
Exactly, and the other thing with having 4 bathrooms and 8 bedrooms, it lends itself to being chambre d'hôte. So if you wanted
Obviously.
to supplement your income, you've got all of those bedrooms, you're in the centre of town, so you're going to get all of the commerce sending clients to you. It's a perfect location and a perfect price.
So it's an exclusive again. So it's in Confolens.
Now, Confolens I know quite well. It's in the Charente. It's a lovely town.
So this is a street view of that property. So on
from the
in the
side,
front, the another angle of that lovely street.
And you can see here, it probably was a shop at one stage.
Probably,
so you
yes.
could look at, if you wanted to run some sort of small business, you could probably transform that back into a little shop.
Or make a workshop, artistic workshop.
Yeah, exactly. You could be selling things or doing whatever, or use it, as a ground floor space.
That's
as
the famous
accommodation.
bridge in Confolens. And Confolens is not far from Saint-Mathieu. We are in the
Yeah.
Limousin area. This property needs renovation. That's certain. 35,000. How large is it again? Let me get back to the size of that property. So 14 rooms, 3 beds at the moment, 345 square meters. And
Now,
a garden of 200 square
It
meters.
does need a bit of work and some TLC, but it's 35,000 euros for
Ouais.
14 rooms. I mean, it is fantastic.
It's mad. It's
value.
mad. So it's not in bad conditions everywhere.
No.
Some of the rooms really need to be redone, but not all the rooms.
So there's a
this
sitting
one-
room there with a nice wood burner. The floors are perfect. The space around the wood burner, the windows are all fine.
And someone lived here.
Condition.
It's obvious that it's
That's
habit.
nothing really to do there.
So this is in the attic. I see that the beams are really nice. The floor is original, so of course here you would need to do something, but hey, nice volume.
And I think the difference between, from me coming from England or coming from English properties, when you have an attic room, it's just a roof. They never have windows in the room, in the attic rooms like this. And this is the great thing about French houses, that if you go into the attic, you are actually got very good head height, and you've got the space
seems to
with
be really
windows already in.
And we can see the shutters are closed, but we can see the sun coming through
Yeah,
those
so it'd
shutters.
be
So
lovely
it's
and light.
probably really bright,
Yeah,
as you are at the high levels.
Yeah, exactly.
So it could be anything.
Nice, pretty windows.
One of the bedrooms, timbers on the walls, but
And you can
it's
see,
neat, huh?
Yeah, and you can see that, there's original wooden floors there, which are beautiful. You can see where they've started to put in some, to split the room so they could possibly have an ensuite bathroom in there. So they're creating the space. But the rooms are still really good size, even with the spaces for the en-suites.
Alors, this needs total renovation, but I wouldn't be scared. I've renovated myself several houses in that condition.
Well, you can also see that
if the structure is good.
How they bought it, and they've already renovated some of the rooms already, as we just saw with the bedroom and the sitting room. But you've got to remember, this property is only 35,000 euros.
Ouais, voilà.
£26,000 or something like that.
What a
ridiculously
steal.
cheap.
Ouais,
So you can see where work has started. So there's a lot of stuff that's
probably
already
emptied
been
and
done. They
stored
basically
stuff.
gutted it, got rid of all of the stuff, all the mess and everything else, and now they started the work, but they decided to sell.
Okay, we can see here they knocked. Basically, that's what you do to see the condition of the beams.
Yeah.
You knock those lati. It's called lati. It's what's done in the 19th century probably, and I've knocked that everywhere in my house. house to check the condition under the plaster.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be scared by that because we see there's no leakage, there's no trace of water there.
No.
Someone knocked the latte to check if the beams are in good condition, which is
and the
really
same with
classic.
the walls and everything else that they're looking at.
So I think there's nothing wrong with that house, honestly. We've made a few home staging. Let's have a look. So this is the attic room once cleaned. We didn't change anything structurally. We made these
So
are views of what it could be.
Freshly painted, so it's exactly the same room in the attic, but it's just been replastered, painted, and a new floor. And how bright! And you've really still good head height as well. It's very high ceilings.
So this is the other one. It could be an ethanol fake fireplace if you want to. They are really nice and they could look like that. I mean,
and of
it's
course,
just
you've put in a little dressing room there, which was the old sort of falling down space. Could have a bathroom in there as well, but this is what it could look like with home staging.
Another room. I mean, again, it's mostly work on the wood and the wood panels.
Lovely coving that it already has. Again, this was the bedroom where you could see that you could make a lovely ensuite in there, and with flooring it just changes the whole feel of the place.
We didn't change any structural walls, but this is your taste. You do what you want in such a large volume.
Exactly.
Almost 350 square meters. There's plenty of space to play with. Voilà, this was the first lounge that we saw.
And the sitting room really didn't need very much doing to it. I mean, the floors were done. You had a fireplace there, but it was, didn't actually have a fireplace. It was just an inset. So you could change that.
Or keep it.
And obviously the ceiling had been painted a different colour. So you could just white space that and have a blank canvas. It just gives you an idea that isn't going to cost a lot of money on a €35,000 property.
It's up to your level of comfort you want to achieve and the level of transformation you want to achieve.
Exactly.
But once again, it's a real steal. Okay, back in the Hérault. It's right below the mountains because it's full of mountains in this area and next to Béziers. So we are not far from Béziers, which is the capital of Hérault. Not far from the Mediterranean Sea, and it's thermal, Lamalou-les-Bains. There's a casino.
Thermal spas and things like that.
Spas, casino. It's quite well known. There's lots of restaurants there. 11 rooms, 6 beds, 5 baths, 228 square meters, and a garden, a land of 1,450 square meters. That's incredible. Not many houses in Lamalou-les-Bains have a garden. Many don't.
It's a beautiful mature garden as well. Look at the trees. I mean, it's not bare. It's got lovely shady areas. It's got lots of outside sitting areas. I mean, the facade is just beautiful.
It's fantastic.
It's a true French, south of France property.
All the carving.
Exactly. And for entertaining, you've got 6 bedrooms. You've got 5 bathrooms. Almost all of them have their own bathroom. If you wanted to run a chambre d'hôte, again, it's a perfect property and it's so pretty. Or if you just wanted it as a holiday home and to rent out, I mean, that house would be snapped up as a rental potential.
How do you call that?
The balcony.
The balcony, the work on it. I think it's a carport or something on the left. I'm not sure. That's great to be able to...
You can sit outside, but let's have a look inside. But you can see the features, the beautiful marble fireplace. Look at the mouldings on the walls. The plasterwork is absolutely stunning.
So it's probably 19th century, and it's
extremely bourgeois, as it's known in France.
With so many details.
A lot of details. It's typically French. And beautiful for this area.
It's incredible. Honestly, this level of details. You have those Haussmannian same era Haussmannian Parisian apartments that we sell as well. They cost millions.
And not only that, it's very rare to have them in such good condition. It's such good, considering the age of the property, that it's such good condition to have all of these beautiful walls.
Oh la la, the fireplace. So it's another. I would change all the decoration.
I mean, they're quite arty and they like colours, these people. But again, everything is in perfect condition. You can change the cosmetic, you can change the colours, you can change the art and put your own taste in. But the size, look at the height of the ceilings.
Incredible.
You've got the feature fireplace. You've got a huge room. I mean, it really is fabulous.
I would put some contemporary furniture in that room.
There's so much you can do now.
Wow.
This I love.
This.
I mean, look at the width for a start, for an entrance. You're coming in, you've got the double doors, which is very typical of that type of period. So you can come into the entrance without coming through, and also for heat. Then you come into this magnificent large hallway.
Typical Provençal colors, blue and yellow.
Everywhere in the Provence they have those colours. Yeah, it's very, very south of France, and you'll see a lot of pottery, a lot of materials, etc. I remember when we were down in Bayonne, they're very similar to those sort of colours. But in the Aral, it's very typical of the south of France. Again, you can change the kitchen, you can make it your own.
But I think it fits.
It fits the style of the property, and again,
timeless.
Look at the height of the ceilings. You know, it's really, really nicely proportioned property.
So this house is ready to move in.
Yeah.
Wow, high ceilings again.
So you can see that this is the central bedroom to the house. When we looked at it from the facade, it's got the balustrade there. So you can see that you've got a little balcony. You can go out, look over your front garden, which is really nice. South facing, the light coming in is fantastic. Lovely tiled floor.
One of the key bathrooms.
Again, nice
look at the view. We can see in the mirror.
Window. Exactly.
Another room.
Another one of the bedrooms. So you can see again the balustrade, the little balcony that you can look out over there.
I can't guarantee, but it seems to be double glazed. That's something to check on our website.
Yeah.
There's the link. You can ask questions to the agent. If you, just like us, you're discovering a property and have questions, there's a form on the on the right side of the property, or if it's on a smartphone, there's a button, contact us. Feel free to ask any question. Oh, the view. Voilà. That's the, I recognize. We see the church.
Yeah.
So it's right in the center of the city of Lamalou-les-Bains. And having such gardens, such property right in the center of the city with like almost no neighbors in sight is incredible.
And bearing in mind, we've only seen 3 of the bedrooms. There are actually 6. So, you know, they've got great entertaining space, and all the bedrooms are a good size. They haven't been squashed into the property. It's really, really pretty.
Landing.
And again, these beautiful hallways, they're lovely and wide. You know, you've got such space. You've got bookcases in the hallway because there's so much space. You've got this beautiful balustrade going around the staircase.
And it's all original, this.
Exactly.
We can see the steps.
Yeah, the original wooden top steps there.
I think it's stone.
Could be stone. Yeah, it's actually got stone there.
It's stone.
And the lovely ironwork on the balustrade going up to the staircase with the central balcony that you can see from the front.
Okay, I'm convinced this property listed at 399 is just a gem, another gem from Leggett.
So this is in one of the best value areas in France, actually, in the Cruise area in the Limousin. This property is on the market at 66,000. It's a fantastic property. It's got 4 rooms, it's got 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It's got a floor space of 123 square meters.
First, the front of the property, I think, looks really gorgeous.
It's really pretty. It's very cottage-like. You know, it's very typically French. It's very typical of the region. You can see the stone walls here, which is very typical of the Limousin area.
Sort of granite. Alors, Aubusson is at the edge of Limousin. You're going to the Auvergne, in fact, not far from the Cantal. It's a lovely area. Wow, you told about
I said
artists.
It's an artist's house. So this artist is extremely creative. Now, obviously, for a lot of people, you might think, oh, wow, there's so much stuff in there. But you can see in the back of, next to the window, you've got a lovely fireplace. There's a lot of space because, as you can see, this person has a lot of furniture in there. You know, you clear that out and you've got a really nice sized room.
But it works like that. I mean, it's not my style. It works.
But it's for me, I think it's quite quirky. And it would be a great place to rent out. So if you were using this as a holiday home and you kept it like this, it is so quirky that people would come there to see
bedroom.
the quirkiness. Yeah.
This is the kitchen.
So this would be on the ground floor, the lower ground floor. So you can see the person is very arty. That's going to be way too much for a lot of people. But it's a good size. You know, as a lock-up and leave holiday home, it's perfect. If you just want to live in France and you just want a nice bolt hole where you can live, nothing to do, that's a perfect property as well.
This is a part of the village. Aubusson is famous for the tapestries. We'll see. There's a museum. In fact, we visited that area. There's a museum of tapestry. Every single chateau in France and even in Europe, they either have Tapisserie des Flandres from Belgium and Dutch tapestries, or from Aubusson. It's one or the other, and maybe Tapisserie de Paris. but honestly, that's the biggest.
And canoeing, I see there as
Yeah,
well.
okay.
They've still got the canoeing race signs up, so there's obviously some good canoeing if you like canoeing in that town.
Yeah, so that's another angle. From there's a little path that goes all the way up where you have a point of view on that town. This is a viewpoint. This is the entrance of the house, so really arty.
It's very arty and it's really cute. It's quite quaint, isn't it? It's very French.
Another angle and another bedroom. This one has got a desk and enough space for an office, a sort of a
Well, it's like
study.
a suite. It's like a suite, isn't it?
Large suite,
It's
yes.
a very large bedroom. I mean,
I like the tapestries, honestly. Huh?
Yeah, I
Those,
mean, you don't need to use it as a bedroom. You could use that as another sitting room on a different level. You know, there's lots of things that you can do with the property, but that's quite spacious. So it's a really nice space.
And it's quite bright. We can see the sun.
Yeah.
I mean, they closed a bit the shutters, but a better view of the kitchen looks bigger like that.
Yeah, so the other part of it was probably the other end. So you can see that there is actually a nice big space in that kitchen. You could easily fit a little breakfast table in there and chairs. You know, you've got a door going out. It's a nice size kitchen.
66,000 euros.
Yeah, that's what you got to remember.
Wow, I keep that in mind.
Oh my God, yeah, it's only 66,000.
And a global view. So probably there's maybe it was back kitchen the other.
Yeah,
like you have
perhaps it was
two
more of a
kitchens.
utility
I'm
room.
not sure.
Looking at that, because
tell.
here you've got a lot of dining space there. So you've got your dining room, you've got your living area. Look at this lovely staircase going up the stairs there as well. And that's a very spacious room considering the price of the property.
Ideal holiday home.
It's an ideal lock up and leave. It's an ideal if you're on your own and you just want a nice, small, easily maintainable property. It's a great house.
If you are looking to, if you like nature, if you like wildlife, if you like volcanoes and all those mountains that are really nearby this house and this village, that's this city. It's a city. That's an ideal place to invest. Again, 66,000. It's exclusive to Leggett once again. So this concludes our top 4.
Yeah, we did 4 today, and 4 to look at today. Great value properties, very unusual, some great facades, some great interiors. And again, as Cyril said, check out our website where we're adding properties every day, and look out for our next top 3 next time.
See you. Bye bye.